Hi, and welcome to Strength by Amanda. Today will be a 20-minute full body and deep core workout. For today's equipment, you will need 1 to 2 sets of dumbbells, one lighter for upper body, one heavier for lower body. For reference, I'm using 10 to 15 pounds. We will start by lying on our backs for a 3-minute warm-up. We'll be starting with a knee lift. So here is a demonstration, lift and lower, starting with the right leg. Let's begin. Inhale at the bottom and then exhale as you bring that leg up and bring it back down. This is the way to keep the core as engaged as possible while you are lifting and lowering that leg. Okay, switch to the left leg. Let's begin. Breathe in at the bottom and exhale as you lift and lower that leg. Great job. Now go ahead and roll over onto your side and onto your hands and knees. We will next be doing a cat-cow stretch, and I will start with a demonstration. You're going to arch that back and lift that head up, and then you're going to round that back and tuck that pelvis under for a lower back stretch. Let's begin. So you want to make sure that you are inhaling as you lift that head, arch the back, and then exhale as you round the back and tuck the pelvis under. Nice job. Next, we will be getting up onto our feet for a deep squat stretch. I will show a demonstration here. So you want to stand about hip width apart. So go ahead and kick your butt like I am, and wherever your feet land is about how far apart your feet should be. Get down into the squat and hold that. Let's begin. And if you'd like, you can push your elbows into your knees like I am if you want to feel more of a stretch on that inner thigh. Okay, great. And then we will be getting into the last stretch for today before we get into the workout, which will be a kneeling side stretch on the right and left side. Now we'll do a demonstration here. So you are leaning on one knee, other leg straight, bend down and up and over the side of your body. Let's begin. Breathe in as you come down and breathe out as you lift up and over. You might notice if you've done any of my other videos that I do this stretch a lot, and it's because I do love it. I think it's a great full body stretch. You feel it in your upper body and in your lower body. Okay, great. Next we will just switch sides here. Go ahead and get into position. Let's begin. Breathe in at the bottom and breathe out as you lift up and reach over. Amazing job. I hope you feel nice and warmed up for our workout today. We'll be getting up onto our feet and we'll be starting circuit 1 of 2, which will consist of 5 exercises that we'll repeat twice. So grab one of your heavier weights for a goblet squat, and here's a demonstration. Let's begin. Your feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart, and you are pushing your bottom back as if you're trying to sit in a chair, while keeping that back nice and straight. Inhale as you are at the top and lower your body down, and then exhale as you are pushing up from the bottom. Now that we've warmed up our legs, we'll be moving on to an upper body exercise. So go ahead and put down that heavier weight and grab 2 of your lighter weights, and we'll be getting down onto our knees for a kneeling overhead press. And I will show a demonstration here. Lift those weights up and then push and lower back down to starting position. Let's begin. During this exercise, I want you to focus on holding your core tight and breathe in as your arms are coming down, and then breathe out as you push those arms up. Great job. Now we'll be going back to lower body. So go ahead and stand up and put your lighter weights down, and go ahead and grab one of your heavier weights again. We'll be doing a deadlift with a staggered stance. For demonstration, hold most of your weight in your front foot, and the back foot is only there for balancing pressure. You're going to be hinging down and forward, bringing the dumbbell to the opposite leg. Let's begin. You are staying on your toes for the back leg and just using that leg for balance. You're holding all of your weight in that front foot. Make sure your back is straight, you're hinging at the hips, and you have a slight bend in your knees. Great job. Now we'll just switch sides, and I will turn around just so you can see this angle. So I just put the dumbbell in the opposite hand, and I'm switching legs, so opposite leg forward. Let's begin. Pay attention to take an inhale at the top and exhale as you lower your body down and back up. Your core will stay engaged as long as you focus on this breathing pattern. Amazing work. We will now move on to an upper body exercise again. So go ahead and put down that heavier weight and grab both of your lighter weights. We will be doing a bent over row. So here will be a demonstration. You will hinge at the hips, bring back one arm and then the other. You will be alternating your right and left arm throughout the entire exercise. Let's begin. Focus on squeezing your shoulder blade in towards the middle of your back and driving your elbow up right against your body. Great job. Go ahead and set down those 2 weights. For the last exercise of this circuit, we will not be using weights. We'll be doing a core exercise. So get down onto your hands and knees. We will be doing a bird dog. I will show you a demonstration here. So take a deep breath before you begin, and then exhale as you move your limbs. So you'll be reaching straight out and back in with one arm and the opposite leg. Ready? Let's begin. So breathe in as you bring your arm and leg in, and then exhale as you extend your limbs and bring them back in. So exhaling as you bring them out and in, and inhaling once both limbs are back in together. Great job. Now we'll just switch sides. Let's begin. So opposite arm and opposite leg, just straight, forward, and back. Amazing job. You have completed circuit 1 of 2. We will now move back to the top for the second circuit. We'll repeat all 5 exercises again. Grab your 1 heavy weight for a goblet squat. Here's a squat for demonstration. Let's begin. Great job. Go ahead and set down that 1 heavy weight and grab 2 of your lighter weights. We are going back to the kneeling overhead press. So go ahead and get down onto your knees. I will do a demonstration again here. Hold your arms up and then push up and come back to starting position. Let's begin. So again, remember to keep your body in neutral alignment, which means you want to keep your ears, shoulders, hips, and knees in alignment. So make sure that you feel like you are stacked, one part right above the other. Amazing job. We are going to go ahead and get back up onto our feet and set down those lighter weights and grab just 1 of your heavier weights again. We are doing the deadlift with a staggered stance. So here will be a demonstration again. 1 foot in front of the other. Hinge forward with dumbbell to opposite foot and come back up. Let's begin. Make sure you are keeping a straight back as you hinge forward, down and up. Breathing in at the top and exhaling as you are lowering down and pulling back up. Again, this way you keep your core nice and engaged throughout the entire exercise. Great job. Now we will just switch sides again. Again, I will turn around so you can see me from this angle. I put the dumbbell in the opposite hand. Switch legs. Let's begin. So you're hinging down to the opposite foot from where you are holding the dumbbell. Squeeze those glutes to pull your body back up. Great, now we will move on to an upper body exercise. Go ahead and set down that heavy weight and grab 2 of your lighter weights. We are going back to the bent over rows where we will be alternating our arms. So I'll show a demonstration here again. Hinging forward, bringing back 1 arm and then the other, focusing on squeezing those shoulder blades back. Let's begin. Good job. Go ahead and set down those 2 weights. We're going into the last exercise of this circuit before we do a little bit more abs and a stretch. We are getting down onto our hands and knees for a bird dog. So while you rest here, I will do a demonstration again. So you are bringing forward one arm and opposite leg straight out and then back in. Let's begin. Breathe in as you are bringing both limbs in towards the middle, and then exhale as you are bringing those limbs out and back in. Good job. Now we will just switch sides here. So opposite arm and opposite leg. Let's begin. Great job, you have completed circuit 2. We will next be getting down onto our side for a little bit more abs here. During your rest, I will demonstrate the side plank, and I will add a top leg lift and lower here like this for a little bit more of a challenge. If that's too difficult, go ahead and keep that foot extended on the ground. Let's begin. So you're holding your body up onto your elbow and knee, and if you feel like you can tolerate it, you are lifting and lowering that extended leg. Make sure your body is staying in neutral alignment. If this feels too tough, please just keep that top leg on the ground for now. Great job. We will go ahead and just switch sides now. During this rest time, I will be doing another demonstration. So on your side, bottom leg is bent, top leg extended, push your body up, lift and lower extended leg if you can. Let's begin. Holding that body nice and strong in a straight line, and then just lifting and lowering. Great work. Go ahead and lower it down. We are getting into our last core exercise before we do a little bit of stretching. I know you must be tired because I am. Go ahead and roll over onto your back. We will be doing a dead bug, and I am adding in a variation where I'm making it a little bit tougher with a single arm resistance. So one hand to opposite knee, and then as you move the limbs down and up, you are putting pressure through that hand to the opposite knee to challenge that core more. Let's get in position, hand to opposite knee. Let's begin. So as you lower and lift those other limbs, you are putting either really light pressure if this is tough for you, or you can put a little bit more pressure if you feel like you can tolerate a little bit more of a challenge in your core. Do what feels best for you. Make sure you are breathing in at the top and exhaling through the whole motion of lowering and lifting those limbs. Great job. Go ahead and rest. We will go ahead and switch sides for the next part. So you'll just put the opposite hand to opposite knee again, and you are lowering and lifting the opposite limbs this time. Let's get in position. Opposite side. Let's begin. Remember, if this feels too tough right now, put very light pressure or maybe even no pressure right now and just try to stabilize. You want to make sure your lower back is not coming up off of the ground, and we'll make sure that that core is staying engaged by breathing in when your limbs are at the top and then exhaling as you lower and lift. Amazing job. You have finished the last couple of core exercises there that were a bit more challenging. And so next we will do a lower body stretch. We will do a frog stretch here. So on your hands and knees, you will separate your knees as far as you can and get down onto your forearms and push into it. Let's begin. So as you can see, I'm rocking forward a little bit and then pushing back and through my hips to feel that stretch in the inner thigh. Either you can hold that or rock forward and back a little bit like I am. Okay, next we will get up onto our hands and knees for our last stretch, the T-spine stretch. So hand behind head, rotate upper back, up and down, and then back to neutral. Ready? Let's begin. Opening up with that arm and then lowering. So you're just focusing on twisting that upper back. Great job. Next we will just switch sides here. Okay, hand to the back of the head here. Let's begin. Amazing work. That wraps up our workout for today. You've completed the full body and deep core. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope to see you next time.